Alright, so now this section is graphing linear inequalities. So really the only difference between graphing equations and inequalities is the shading. So remember, when we do shading, we test a point. So we test a point. Typically we test 0, 0, unless 0, 0 is on the line. If 0, 0 is on the line, then you have to pick your next favorite number, like 1, 0, 0, 1. Nobody likes negatives, so we won't do negatives. But pick another number that's not on the line. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at 2. So we're going to graph these the same way. I'm going to start at -4, and I'm going to go up 3 and over 1, and it is a strictly greater than, so that means I have a dotted line. 0, 0 is not on the line, so I'm going to test it. I'm going to plug in 0. Is 0 bigger than 3 times 0 minus 4? Is 0 bigger than -4? Yes. So we will shade in the direction of 0, 0. Okay. We will look at question 3. And now if there's an equal bar underneath there, the only difference between the equal bar and the not equal bar is whether or not it's dotted or solid. So if it was an equal bar underneath here, then this line would have been solid. Okay. Now when I graph my things in standard form, remember that essentially what I do is I find x and y intercepts. So to find an x-intercept, I set y equal to 0, so then that's at -3. And to find a y-intercept, I set x equal to 0, so that gives me a -3. And then I am connected with a dotted line because it is strictly less than. And then I'm going to test 0, 0. So is 0 plus 0 less than -3? That answer is no. So here's 0, 0. We're going to shade away from the 0, 0. Okay? All right, determine the inequality for the ones that are shown. So first I have to find slope. So this is counting actually by 2. So 2, 4, and then over 2. So up 4 and over 2 gives me a slope of 2. So then I've got y, some sort of symbol with an equal bar because it is a solid line, 2x, and then it's crossing at -4 here. Okay, so now when I look at this, now I have to figure out, is it bigger than or less than? So 0, 0 is a true statement. So 0, 2 times 0 minus 4. So what makes this true? 0 is bigger than -4, right? So then it is a greater than symbol inside. Okay, here let's do another one. So I'm looking here, my y-intercept is at -2. My slope is 2, 4, 6, 8 over 2. So 8 over 2 is my slope, so that's 4. So then y something 4x minus 2 here. And it is strictly a greater than or less than because it is a dotted line. I want 0, 0 to be true, so 0 has to be bigger than -2, so this is a greater than symbol there. Okay? Alright, so now it's time for you guys to try a couple on your own. And so let's go ahead. Which ones do we want to look at? Let's look at 1, 2, 3, 14, 15, and 20. So go ahead and pause the video. 1, 2, 3, 14, 15, and 20. And then we will come back and look at those. Okay, so we're back. So -3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's a solid line, just kidding. And then is 0 bigger than -7? Yes, so we go here. And then here, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5. And that is a strictly solid line. 0 0 is a not true statement. So we're shading below. Remember, in standard form, we find x and y intercepts. So when I find a x-intercept, I set y equal to 0, so that's at -2. And then when I want to find a y-intercept, I set x equal to 0, so I get a +2. It is a solid line because of the equal bar. So is 0 plus 0 bigger than or equal to 2? The answer is no, so we shade above. Okay? Determine whether or not the ordered pair is a solution or not. All I do is I take my x's and my y's and I plug it in. So 4 times -3 plus 3 times -1, is that bigger than -2? So -12, -12 minus 3, is that bigger than -2? No. Here, my x is -2, my y is +2. Is that bigger than -3? Yes, because 0 is bigger than -3. Here we'll do this one. So I can just, because I have the coordinate points, I can just find slopes. So -6 minus 0 over 0 minus a -3. So I get a -6 over 3, which is a -2. So then y, and then this is my y-intercept, so y something -2x minus 6. It is a solid line, so it is an equal bar underneath here. 0, 0 is not a true statement. So if I were to use 0, -2 times 0, so -6, I want a not true statement, so that would be greater than. Nope, just kidding, less than. 0 is less than -6 is a false statement, so that is less than there. Okay? Alright, and that is it for this section.